Hey everyone, this is AVJVGaming, bringing you guys episode number 39 of this journey to the Ultimate Team series. And as you guys can see up on screen, we're on 190,000 coins. Going to start this episode off by checking out our watch list. And sadly, we got outbid on all those storages. But in this episode, guys, I'll pretty much be talking about this series, a little bit about my trading series, which we're going to be actually advancing because we're very close to completing. And a few different ideas which you guys have been sending me in, and also about a bit about this series and how it's going to go, the direction and the hybrid series. But you guys asked me to do some I asked recommendations for some certain English players, and you guys gave me some really great players. So thank you guys for your feedback in the last video. And as you guys can see over here, I do go and check out all the players you guys recommended. So we got Hart, Ferdinand, Lampard, Gerrard, Young, and I think it was Hooper. So got quite a few nice players. We're going to give them a try in this episode, guys, and see how they play out. We're actually going to play 4 games in this episode, and that'll be quite an interesting move by my half, because I haven't played 4 games in one episode, I think, since around about the 20th episode. So it's going to be quite good, and I'm probably going to make these videos of between 10 to 15 minutes, because you guys also said you like longer videos, so by all means. And I'm also going to change this up, so you guys are going to see this is probably most likely the last episode with this English team, and you guys will see why throughout this episode. But without further ado, guys, we come up against our first opponent, who's not a big fan of EA, yet he plays their games. And as you can see, he does have a Brazilian 5-2-2-1. So he's got Hulk, he's got Robinho, he's got Wellington. He's got pretty much a pacey team: Dede, David Luiz, and Felipe Santana. And pretty much, guys, with a 4-4-1-1 formation, I'm not a big fan of it anymore. I used to be really strong in FIFA 12. However, in FIFA 13, it just seems to be lacking that that power, that sort of emphasis. I'm not too sure if it's maybe the English team, but definitely not as strong as I remember it. As you can see, Steven Gerrard going to convert, but it just comes off the crossbar. And what a great counter-attack, I must say. But as you can see, he does score with Felipe Santana in the 14th minute. And this guy was pretty much away. I just couldn't stop this guy. He was just what you'd call a very slippery opponent. And then here he goes and scores a header with Robinho. And I expected actually Joe Hart to be able to save those. However, he's not as good as he should be. So I'm not too sure if I got a faulty card of Joe Hart. And then you guys can see there Ashley Young missing an absolute sitter off a finesse shot. But yeah, guys, it's not FIFA 12. Maybe I've been playing too much of that. But as you can see, we do go get a goal back with Darren Bent, and he is a poacher, and anywhere inside the box, he will try to convert those opportunities as well as he can. But going into half-time, it is 2-1 to our opponent, and shot-wise, stat-wise, looks fairly good in possession. It's around even, but we're just a bit lacking that sort of power. At the same time, all of our players are pretty much missing good opportunities, and here you guys can see there, gets a bit unlucky with not able to score that, but Paulinho going to go over here and just going to line himself up and finish off on his weak foot, which is very surprising, and going to go and score there. So guys, I'll just quickly talk to you about this series and how I'm going to go and change it all up to make it a bit more fun. Question of the day will probably be somewhere along the lines, but as you guys probably know, I'm going to be changing the series now. What I'm going to probably do after this episode is go and sell as much stuff from my club as I can, and I'm going to probably go and decide to go with the bronze team for the next episode, because I'm going to change the series a little bit. And what I mean by that is I'm going to go and start going for all the cup matches. So all the tournaments that I haven't done yet, like the bronze, the silver, the gold, pretty much all the ones that I get to the finals and lose in all the time. I always lose in the finals, but I'm going to try doing these, guys. I'm going to try going for the bronze cup first, then we're going to go into the silver cup, do the gold cup, and at the same time, if there's a featured cup match, by all means, I'll jump into that and do that as well. So at the moment, there's a Confederation Cup. I'm not too sure if they're going to expire that one very soon, so I'm going to actually wait for that one to expire and then go for it. But the sounds of the coins in that cup sounds very good. Our next opponent over here, as you guys see up on screen quickly, we went into the game, but then it just started to freeze, and it just froze there on the intro screen. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to send this guy a message saying, has his froze? And just ask him pretty much. That's why I included the question marks. See what his response is, and you guys will see we get a very hostile response from this guy. So I have sped this up very quickly because it's almost 3 or 4 minutes. He does, I don't know what's up with this guy. He was very angry, but anyway, we just chose to dashboard it. We get back into Ultimate Team, and it says our DNF modifier has decreased. Now, I'm not too sure why we get a decreased DNF modifier if the game freezes. However, we'll just take that on the chin, as pretty much that's how Ultimate's been recently. It's been very, I don't know, a downward spiral, I'd like to say. But however, I'm looking for that point where he can get back up, get these wins, and go for all these coins. But as you can see, come up against a 3-5-2 Bundesliga team. And I've noticed, guys, also another thing, a lot of people on FIFA just tend to use sweat teams now, so I'm not too sure. I think I might need to change my game style. Instead of trying out lots of various teams, I should go and actually use a few sweat teams and just try out my best. Because as you can see, guys, Joe Hart's not able to do nothing. I can't blame him against that sort of a shot, as he's pretty much not lined up properly, and I'm sure in real life, guys, he would have been able to save by that. But as you can see, we're going with the tackle over there with Jones, and we actually did get booked. Surprisingly, it had the yellow card indicator already as we were tackling. So I think that's a sign that, I don't know, that we already received the yellow card. But as you see, we saved a nice penalty, and I was inspired by the Spain and Italy semi-final yesterday, which was a very close game. However, it was very entertaining. And as you guys can see over here, another OP corner, and he goes and scores with Ronaldo. But guys, I'll quickly get into the topic. If you guys have me on Twitter already, you guys will know that I tweet. If you guys send me a message on Twitter, or if you tweet to me, I'll be able to reply to you very quickly. So if you guys do have me on, if you don't have me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter. It is AVJVGaming, and I'll be sure to reply to you guys as quickly as I can. But Steven Gerrard, beautiful. I think it was a beautiful free kick with him, and it just bounces up, and Darren Bent gonna go and convert the rebound straight into the back of the net. And as you can see here, what Darren Bent sets up to Young, who's gonna find a open Steven Gerrard in the box, and he's just gonna head that one home to get us. I think it's 3-2 now. So another quick thing, guys. A subscriber asked me on Twitter, would I be interested in doing pink slips or mega wages? Now, I think it was more oriented towards pink slips, so I'll talk about pink slips. If you guys would like me to do pink slips, I don't mind exactly. However, at the minute, I don't have any coin sponsor to, sort of fund me, and I'm pretty much going to be spending all my coins, which I'm going to actually use my main account coins, which are around about 1.5 million at this very minute, and I'm actually going to send them over here to the Journey series, if you guys don't mind. So I'd like to know your feedback, guys. Should I send my main account coins onto here, so that way we can buy Neymar, most likely we're going to buy Ronaldo and Messi first, and then we're going to buy Neymar pretty much as a increased through just keep playing the games. As you can see, DNF modifier stands at 1, and it would normally be a 1.25, I think it is, so it has reduced by 0.25, which is, not too great, as it doesn't help us too much, but as long as it hasn't gone into negative, which is below 1, I would be quite happy. Anyway, so as you can see there, guys, we do take 3 losses, and one of them I completely think is undeserved. Second one, I'd say Ashley Young was a letdown, so he's not been finishing the ball. I think on 2 occasions in that last game, he could have had a finesse shot that should have been converted into a goal. However, he does miss those, and sadly, we're going to have to take a loss because he's not as good as I thought. Maybe I should keep Jarvis on possibly in the future, or maybe try him out. But anyway, guys, what I'm going to go now is talk about the trading series, because many of you guys must be thinking, your trading series is coming to an end, and yeah, it is, guys. The trading series to a Bayern team is pretty much on the verge of completion. I am just buying off Philipp Lahm, Schweinsteiger, and Neuer, and then I will be done. So I'm not too sure what we should trade to on that account yet. I'm still planning a team that we should trade to. Maybe go for some team of the season Bayern players, or I'll just do complete trading techniques and give you guys loads of examples if you guys would like that. We come up against our next opponent running a 4-1-2-1-2. He's got a team of the season Trap, I believe, and Malapa, who is unbelievable in this game, and Marcus Royce, as you can see here, guys, just every time I tackled him, he found the ball, and here you guys will see he's just going to get in, but we're going to get a bit of a counter attack quickly. And then here at Malapa, just it's so difficult to get this guy because he's literally almost got such amazing strength, it's unbelievable. So as you can see, he does get a goal, and he's one of these players that just says, can you hear me? And then also the shushing celebration, going always into the dead fish, or whatever you guys call the celebration. I just call it the dead fish because it just looks like a salmon out of water. But he goes and scores a nice finesse shot with Schürrle, and still there going with this, can you hear me? And then going to the dead fish celebration. We do get a ball down the side to Lennon. Try to get ourselves working in there. And you guys are going to see Gary Hooper going to convert an opportunity. So he's actually a good player. I actually played a couple subs with this English side, and they actually proved much better than I thought. However, when I play opponents that just want to go all out, they just don't tend to perform. So definitely, I'm not too sure why that is. But as you can see here, guys, Jack Wilshere trying a beautiful shot out there, and the keeper just gets a hand to it, and it's just very awkward because normally that would have crept in. He does go and score an absolutely crazy sort of slanted diving header with Naldo, and yes, guys, that is Naldo that high up the field. So I don't know what he was doing up there, and into half time it is 3-1. So a bit irritating as we're losing, and I'm really getting frustrated of these games where I'm just losing these games just because opponents have faster teams, and I'm just not able to keep up. And as you can see, Andre Schürrle gonna go and send that into the back of the net. The man who is now, I believe, signed for Chelsea, so he's going to be another quick player in the British Premier League. It's going to be actually quite interesting to see how empty these leagues are going to be next season, or if they're going to be more signings replacing them. But I'm definitely going to say to you guys, the British Premier League is looking like an absolutely crazy one, and PSG and Monaco are two teams that are going to be very deadly in the League One. But Malapa going to go and score there. He is a big man, and getting to those headers is almost too easy for him. And going into the dead fish, we just cut him off out there too quickly. Gary Hooper, though, I think I go for too many stylish goals. I think maybe I need to go into that sweat mode and get those really quick sweaty goals in, but I just felt the 4-4-1-1 formation really did not help me that much. As you can see there, I felt that was a foul, but he's going to go and get a chip shot with Doof, and I think that's going to end the game over there. So we do lose that game 6-3. If you guys have any recommendations for any bronze teams that I could possibly go and make for the next episode, by all means, please do drop it down below, as I'm going to make a bronze team and we're going to start going for it. But as you guys see here, I'm just going to go and sell everything off. I'm thinking actually about a Korean bronze team because I've versed a Korean team and I didn't like them too much. So I'm going to see, I think, yeah, we're going to go with a Korean bronze team for the next episode. Let me know, guys, any certain Korean players you'd like me to buy. But for now, guys, I think we're going to wrap this episode up here. So if you guys have enjoyed, please do drop it a like and subscribe. And this has been AVJVGaming, and I'll catch you guys for the next episode.